Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. There is some epic delay on this stream. If you didn't know what this is the round table. And on Wednesdays, a little bit more chill, just me and you guys. I spend a lot longer talking through your comments, your questions in the chat. We don't always have a topic. News, if you didn't realize, is very, very slow these days. Because things just aren't being made in the world of movies. But I thought this would be an interesting one. It's all about Disney Plus, I guess. It's about their shift. From being exclusive theatrical things. Oh, we're definitely not going to cut the theatrics. No. They're not going to come to Disney Plus. No. And then boom, on Disney Plus. So I thought we would talk about this today, get your thoughts. And then coincidentally, ladies and gents, what is coincidental is that all of this happened, and this topic is occurring on the 1 year anniversary of Disney Plus. So I thought it would be quite apt. Thought it would be very, very apt to sit down and discuss that today. Hope you're all well. Again, if you didn't know, this is the Round Table Live. Mondays, we have guests. Wednesdays tends to be just me and you guys. And on Fridays, we have topics, discussions similar to this. But then we have a dedicated member of the channel. Call-in time. You can be any level membership you want, but we actually have live call-ins, which are interesting. I've really enjoyed them so far, and you guys seem to have enjoyed them as well. So, where are we all, ladies and gents? Where are we all in the world? Let me know, and then we'll kind of get on into this topic today. Hope you're all well anyway. Hope you are all well. I did see a super sticker from Kit Kat. I was going to say Kitty Cat then, but no, Kit Kat sending in the super sticker for £2. So thank you so much. As I say here on these streams, if you want your comment to be read out, you want to be part of the discussion, an in-depth answer. I try to give in-depth answers anyway, to be honest. But if you want to support the channel and be part of the conversation and have like dedicated responses and things, super chat. Really helps the channel out quite a lot, and it's just a great way to support channels that you like when they do streaming. Gloucester, Royston Parker, Gloucester. Gloucester's not. I was going to say it's not far from me. It is sort of far, but sort of close, I guess. Maybe still sort of far. My Titan 101. How are you and Jasper? I'm good. Jasper is asleep. Down there, just chilling out as always. He's a dude. So yeah, how are we all? Are we all right? Kent, Ashford, nice. We've got lots of members in the chat. Nice to have you all on. So we've got the chat pirates here. Chat pirates, epic to have you all here. Again, another way of supporting the channel is memberships. And just to let you all know, for patrons as well as members, I've recorded a new game because we had problems with Observation, which was a game I was playing for members and patrons. It just bitched out. It just stopped working. Couldn't fix it. So I've got a new game. It's literally rendering right now. It'll upload. It'll probably go live tomorrow for members of the channel. It's Doom Eternal, The Old Gods Part 1. I've got The Old Gods Part 1 and 2. I bought a year pass. So if they do release another one, then I can get it and play it for you guys as well. So, yeah. Let's have a look. So, at this stage, is there any way to find out the numbers to see if $30 for these theatrical primer movies actually get views? Sorry for the mouthful. Sorry, what's the question? Miss H, is there any way to find out the numbers to see if $30 for these theatrical primer movies actually get views? Sorry for the mouthful. I think I'm really not understanding that, to be fair. Are you talking about, say, the likes of, well, things appearing on like HBO Max and things like that? Theatrical primer movies? I assume that's what you're referring to. If that's what you're referring to, or just anything that goes to streaming, for instance, no, that like the companies are not, they don't have to reveal any numbers. They don't have to reveal anything. And that's why like theatrical releases are better. We can have a clear-cut confirmed it made this much money. These numbers are not independently verified. The numbers of any streaming platform, they don't have to release them. The go-to is always if they greenlight something else. Generally speaking, that would get good views. If that's what you're referring to anyway, my dude. So, Finbar White for £5. Thank you so much. Hey, Mr. H and the gang. How are you? And the squeaky chair. It's still squeaky. What do you think about the Snyder Cut doing less views than Wonder Woman 84? Keep smiling. I've not seen that. Is that something which has been floating around? If so, I'm not too surprised by it because it was always going to be a risk that they took with the Snyder Cut. Because ultimately, a lot of people just because I think it was marketed as like Zack Snyder's Justice League. I can't remember exactly what the title was, but the problem is fundamentally it's still the Justice League. And I know to a lot of other people, it's a completely different movie. And I get that. But normies look at it and they go, well, it's Justice League. I didn't like the first one. Why would I watch 4 hours of the same movie? That's how normies are going to look at this. So if it has done less views than Wonder Woman 84, I honestly don't find that surprising. It was always going to be niche. And this is the problem, is that I think a lot of the people that were like very pro Snyder Cut, and this is not me hating on it, I think this is just genuinely, well, just looking at the facts, basically. A lot of the people that were very pro Snyder Cut thought that the movement was a lot bigger than it was. It was a big movement, don't get me wrong. But we're not talking groundbreaking numbers in terms of like box office records and stuff like that. And ultimately, Wonder Woman 84 is less niche, believe it or not. Like, Snyder Cut is quite a niche movie. It's quite a niche movement. And Wonder Woman 84 is not so niche. I mean, it's not a great film either. But it's less niche, I would say. Hopefully that answers your question, my dude. We have got a new member of the channel. Inside your screen. Nice to have you on. Appreciate you becoming a member of the channel. Thank you so much. Some people have asked how to become a member of the channel. It's if you go to the homepage, it'll say it. Normally, actually, if you click on any video, it will come up with, do you want to become a member of the channel? You can choose your price. The lowest one is 99p. It's actually the lowest I could do it. And you'll get the same benefits. It's just however much you want to personally support me and the channel. Really. On Patreon, it's a little bit different because that's just how it's been set up. So all of that stuff is actually linked. Patreon's linked down below in the description box. So if you want to head on over there and see what perks you get, like Skype, roundtable hangouts and things like that, you can head on over to Patreon. There are some different perks over there. But memberships to the channel, I just wanted to do games. So weekly games that I play. And then now this membership thing, call-ins on Fridays for these streams. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired today. So, right, good to see you, Mr. H. I enjoyed Godzilla vs. Kong. Not so much the other stuff. Okay, fair point. Fair point. A lot of people have been sending me, just to get it completely clear cut out the way, a lot of people have been sending me leaked stuff on Godzilla vs. Kong. Please don't. I don't want to be spoiled. I stopped watching all the TV spots. So please stop sending me stuff. I really would appreciate that. I will be watching as soon as possible, but it's going to be difficult in the UK because a lot of people are like, get a haircut, you dickhead, and stuff like this. And I'm like, guys, I can't get a haircut. Like, there is no way I can get a haircut. I'm sorry. I can't get a haircut because the barbers aren't open because the UK has literally been on lockdown for like a whole year now. So trust me, I would be getting a haircut if I could right now. I don't really want my curly locks on show, but such is life. So my point is, I'll be going to see Godzilla vs. Kong the moment I can. I promise you that. Dead Man in Black, another member. Thank you so much. We've got another one as well. Chris Raposo. Were you not a member already? I thought you were a member. Either that or you just contribute quite a bit on these streams. But either way, thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate that. Right, so inside your screen. Hey, Ari Uche discussion. Yeah, so a lot of people will be referencing this today because of a stream that occurred over on. I wasn't part of this. I didn't even know it was happening. But a lot of people will be referencing the Uche and me debate today, I would imagine, because World Class Bullshitters did a stream with Cecil. I think it's Cecil. Anna, that Star Wars girl. And Ethan Van Sciver, I think is his name. And so they discussed it, basically. So I know it's on a lot of people's minds. So just to let everyone know, that's what they're referencing. So anyway, RE, the Uche discussion, thought you carried yourself with salient points, and that in the end, you validated your original point. Never bend the knee. Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I'm always happy to discuss anything with anyone. Yeah, like, I mean, I make these videos and I say these things, but I say them because I believe I have a point. So I'm always very, very happy in good faith to go and discuss these points with anyone. And I get it as well. Like, I get it. It's, you know, the whole issue arose because I use some kind of coarse language that people don't really like. Because I call people spineless fucks, basically. And yeah, it's not nice to hear. And I get that. Yeah, I can't say much else about that. It's just not nice to hear, I guess. So anyway, Martin Stallard, would you ever make a Blackfields game? Don't know. What would be a game for Blackfields? I don't know, to be honest. If you didn't know as well, ladies and gents, we are promoting Blackfields more and more now. If you head on over into the description box, you can find links to my production studio's websites. So productionhfilms.com. There's the Instagram for Production H Films and the Twitter for Production H Films. You can go find some really cool posters that have been shared on those, and also my own Instagram, which is just this Missed H Reviews. I shared one of them as well because I don't run the social media for the I don't run the social media for the production studio. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not very savvy with social media. I can't really be bothered. So I have someone else that runs that, the production manager for Production H Films. But yeah, head on over to that. And also, we've just got confirmed now on April 3rd. Obviously, the movie releases on April 3rd here on the channel. It'll be here for everyone to watch. And then, because this seems to be, I need to speak with Dave, who runs the social media, because I think he's been confusing people a little bit, because he's like, yep, it's available for pre-order. And it's like, the Blu-ray is only available for pre-order on April 3rd. And I was very, 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 very particular about this. I didn't want anyone to purchase the Blu-ray of Blackfields before they'd seen it, because I don't want anyone to have buyer's remorse. I want people to buy it because they like it. Now, on the Blu-ray, you're not buying the film. The film's available here for free. That's when it'll be live on April 3rd. The Blu-ray, what you're doing is buying a collector's piece. So you're buying a throwback to old DVDs. So you're buying all of the concept art, literally even some concept art where I, used paint and drew on some things and sent back to the artist, was like, change that, please. So all of the concept art from start to finish, it's quite a fascinating process. All of the extras of all the production stills from the entire production of the film, and an hour-long documentary, and also the soundtrack to the film as well. So there's an hour, basically you're buying the hour-long documentary, The Making of Blackfields. That's what the Blu-ray is for. But I don't want anyone to buy it previous to having not seen the actual film, because I think I don't know, I want to be as transparent as possible, I guess. I just got it in my head that I don't want anyone to buy it before they've seen it. Anyway, moving on. Marshmallow, just a heads up. Members congregate at Ellie Moses to discuss all sorts. I have heard that. You bunch of chat pirates. What are you doing? I have heard that, but it's cool. It's nice. It's nice to see the crossover of... it's just nice to see the crossover of communities sort of coming around from different channels and stuff and all coming together. It's really nice. It's really, really good. So missed one of these super chats here. Marcos A. We will get to the main point of this today, by the way, ladies and gents. There is a point to this stream. According to Samba TV, the Snyder Cut debuted this weekend with 1.8 million US households tuning in. For comparison, WandaVision had 1.6 million double episode debut on Disney Plus. I don't know whether that's good or bad, to be honest. 1.8 million across the entire US. That's not a lot, is it? But then you rightly say 1.6 million for WandaVision. That's not good either. That really surprises me. That's not a lot. Yeah, that's not a lot at all. That doesn't sound good to me. Really doesn't sound good to me. Marshmallow, hashtag justice for dressing gowns. Yeah. Yeah. Or robes. To guys in the States, robes are the thing over there. We call them dressing gowns. So it's what we have over here in the UK. Horseradish Power. Love that name. That is epic. You became a member, so thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Birdboy82 says, hello, H chat. GVK t-shirt came today. Love the design. Can't wait for the movie. Shame they're leaking so much stuff. I hope this will not happen with Mortal Kombat. They've already started, and again, I've tuned out the TV spots because there's been a few. I've just tuned out. There's an extended TV spot with Goro and Cole going at it, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch that in the movie. God damn it! Stop it. But I do think now we can firmly blame Warner Brothers. This is all Warner Brothers doing this because they did this with the Snyder Cut. They started revealing way too much. They were in charge of King of the Monsters. I think anything they're in charge of distribution of, they just spaff everything up the wall. They're just spunking their loads everywhere. And it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I'm glad you like the t-shirt. If you didn't know, I've got a Teespring store linked under the video. I do have some GVK unique designs designed by my graphic designer. Check it out. Anyway, let me just have a look down. Colladius. Epic name, and thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. Right, what's your Uche discussion as well? Rayno? Don't want to butcher your name, so hopefully that's right. What's your Uche discussion as well? You handled yourself like a mature adult and have earned my YouTube sub. And I now follow you. And I said, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's nice. I think, like, out of everything that's come from the whole discussion itself, at the very least, like, it's nice that, you know, a bunch of people that maybe didn't even know my channel existed now know. And I really enjoy debates as well. Like, I enjoy debates now because obviously when I do these roundtables on Mondays, we don't have many people. You know, we have Andre that comes on, and you know, I'm sort of managing the chat a little bit more and sort of managing the discussion so much. It's I don't know really. We seldom digress from specific like mindsets on certain things. Like there's not really diverging opinions, and it's nice to have a diverging opinion on certain things. And so I enjoyed the debate on that level. To be honest, it was nice to have a discussion with someone with a completely different sort of opinion. It's debate's healthy at the end of the day. It's nice. It's good. I enjoyed that. Anyway, love the Alien original screenplay narration. Any plans for William Gibson's Alien 3 original script? Maybe that's a very interesting script, to be honest, with the spores and stuff like that. It's an interesting one. Maybe. That's all I'll say. Maybe. The narration stuff that I do here on the channel has kind of fallen by the wayside. The comic stuff has kind of gone off the rails. I think a lot of people were burnt out by the Hellraiser Boom comics, and they just thought the stories were shit. So they've stopped watching the new one, which I started, which is actually a really good story, but they're just not getting the views. So what I might do now, take a break from that, maybe revisit it in future. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I might just delete the episodes. But I might go and do some Alien and Predator Dark Horse comics, because I've got a big collection of comics anyway. So it might be nice to revisit some of them, because some of those comics are fantastic. And because we're getting new news on Alien and Predator, and I think people are starting to get a little bit of hope and stuff like that. So ultimately, I think the end result is going to be disappointment with a lot of this stuff that we've been announced. But I think it would be nice to revisit some of the old content, which is actually really, really good, because then at least you've got something to watch that kind of suffers, you know, sort of softens that blow of the inevitable disappointment. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's not disappointment, but again, we'll see. One more super chat here, and then we'll get into the topic. Samba TV experiences that Zack Snyder's Justice League drew 1.8 million HBO Max households in its first 5 minutes over its premiere weekend of March 19th to 21. See, that's over its first 5 minutes. So is that, but then it, so drew 1.8 million HBO Max households in its first 5 minutes over the entire weekend. That language is weird. Is it the whole weekend that it had 1.8 million households, or is that just in its first 5 minutes and then it blew up from there? I don't know. Can you see? Yeah, can you see why that's somewhat confusing language? But either way, I don't think 1.8 million households watching the Snyder Cut is a win. That doesn't sound that good to me. And to compare it as well to WandaVision, 1.6 million, that's terrible as well. Like, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, none of that sounds particularly good. I could be wrong, but it doesn't sound particularly great. I don't think they'd be happy with that. I doubt it. I doubt they'd be happy with that. So anyway, let's look. We'll get on to a rough topic that I wanted to discuss today, and you guys can keep leaving the super chats, and we'll kind of discuss backwards and forwards as well. Absolutely, 100%. I don't ignore the chat. I like to keep attention of that, but I do want to discuss Disney, right? So it's now been announced and confirmed by Disney, categorically, anyway, that we've got Black Widow basically appearing on Disney Plus and a theatrical release. And I found that to be just weird, to be honest. But there was also a lot. There was also a lot of movement in that. So they announced pretty firmly that they were not giving up on theatrical releases. No Disney Plus. No, whatever. No theatrical releases. And then when was this? Yesterday. So the day before their year anniversary, Marvel Studios tweeted out that Black Widow in theaters July 9th and Disney Plus with Premier Access. Additional fees are required. So I guess that Mulan trial and error that they were doing seems to have been somewhat successful. Or it's the concept that they're looking at, say, HBO Max, and they're going, well, we're missing a trick there. We need to continue with that, maybe. But I just thought it to be fascinating. I just saw that and I was like, really? Really? Now, it's interesting as well. So it's pushed back anyway to July 9th. But you've got to pay an extra $30 for it again. Now, what happened with Mulan? Didn't they discount it at a certain point? I'm pretty certain they discounted it at a certain point. And if they did that, what's the incentive now for people to go and watch Black Widow at top price when they then discounted Mulan? Surely the mindset is going to be exactly the same. Surely that's going to be exactly the same. People will just go, nope, not going to do that. Why would I do that? Connor Williams for £2. You handled that epic chat with Uche like a boss. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad so many people enjoyed it anyway. I was very, very tired by the end of it. It was all exhausted. It was, I think I got to like 3 a.m. In the end for my time. So yeah, it's pretty tired, to be fair. But I'm glad people enjoyed it anyway. At least there was some entertainment out of it at the very least. And it's nice as well. Like, people have come over to my channel who never even knew I existed. That's nice. It's nice that, you know, people are sort of being introduced to my little corner of the internet. I don't really get around very much on other people's channels because of time zones and things like that. So it's nice. It's good. So yeah, already people comments coming through saying 30 quid to watch Black Widow. No thanks. Yeah. And it's $30. $30 specifically. But I mean, that equates to what? £22? That's a lot of money to sit there and watch it in your home and not have the experience of going to a theatre. And I know there will be some people that are very much, nope, I'm 100%, I'm only going to, you know, I don't want to go to theatres anymore because of the current state of the world. There are people that are very anti that at the moment. And I get that, that's fine. But equally so, there's a lot of people that are massively against that and are like, no, like, I want to go to the, you know, the theatre, the cinema, and have that movie-going experience again, that unique experience of seeing it in theatres. Now, interestingly, so Mike Q, $30 is way too much to watch a film at home. So I would imagine you're probably from the, Mike Q, are you from the States, I would imagine? So if you're saying $30 is too much, you are literally their target market here. You are the target market. You're an American. Disney Plus is primarily an American thing. All of the announcements are for America. saying that it's going to be $30 and things like this. So you are the target market. And if you're saying that $30 is too much, I would be curious to know who else here from the States, because we have a lot of people from the States watching, whether you guys agree or you disagree. Is it too much money to watch it at home? And that's the thing as well. Like, you're watching it at home. You know, when I go on Amazon Prime and I'm like, oh, I could pay for this. I'm like, nah, I don't want to pay for that. Like, I'm not. I cannot be bothered. You make much very, very different decisions on your finances when you're in the comfort of your own home. What you choose to spend your money on, because it's not an event. It's not special. So you always, anyway, I do. I sit there and I think to myself, well, you know, do I want to pay that much money for the privilege of just sitting in my own home and watching this? No, not really. Especially when you pay, you know, you factor in the other things on top of it. It just seems a bit too throwaway at that point. Especially when you don't own it either. You never own that movie that you paid for. Samba also revealed it beat out the premiere of Falcon and Winter Soldier by 100,000 viewers in similar measurement scheme. Old rehash versus new show. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say the fact that the Snyder Cut beat... I should have just done another stream on the Snyder Cut, shouldn't I, to be honest? That's what everyone's talking about today. I'm there like, I want to talk about Disney Plus and the fact that they're doubling back on theatrical releases, but everyone's just talking about Snyder Cut, which I'm more than happy about. And you guys will steer this conversation however way you want it. I'm more than happy to. But I think ultimately, so I'm looking at this and you know, you're saying, well, it beat out Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I'm like, okay, but if say WandaVision only had 1.6 million viewers, that is not a surprise that it beat Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's not a surprise at all, because people would be, I think more people were anticipating and looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Don't get me wrong, like I do think that. But the fact that the Snyder Cut beat out WandaVision as the debut Marvel show on its opening weekend, it was inevitable that it was going to beat Falcon and Winter Soldier, I would say. So it's not that, that's not much of a surprise, just based on the other metrics you've given. But I still don't think that is. I don't think any of those numbers are good. Yeah, because it's dependent. You got to remember, Disney Plus in the States. Some of these packages that people have acquired Disney Plus by, like $1 on a phone package, or £1 in the UK on a phone package. And that's an entire household. Those numbers you're giving, 1.8 million, is the entire household, right? So obviously, like, HBO Max is a little bit different. But if I'm looking at Disney Plus, again, like we're talking about these numbers here, 1.6 million households watching WandaVision. Well, what do they pay for their Disney Plus account? That doesn't pay back for like the 22, 25 million per episode of WandaVision. That's not good, you know? Like, that's not good. And I guess similar-ish with HBO Max. I know that they were doing discounts as well. So I think about those numbers and I go, well, that ultimately doesn't sound particularly great, those figures. DaCosta, any news on the Alien front, Miss Stage? No, Aliens Fireteam. There was some news on that, which I released earlier. But that's about it, really. There's not been any news, to be fair. No news at all. Let me just scroll back up. I missed Ellie Moses' super chat. 35 Australian dollars for Premier Access. Bought it for Raya, and it saved money for me and my cousins. However, on top of Disney Plus sub, it's a lot. Seeing Godzilla vs. Kong in a 30 yesterday reminded me why cinemas trump streaming. Yeah, it's the experience, isn't it? It's the overall experience of going to a theater. You can't beat it. And I've always said that. Like, you guys know, I've done videos on this. I bang on about it. I love, love, love the cinema going experience. I really do. Like, I genuinely love it. I just don't think you can beat it. The smell of the popcorn, the crappy ass seats that you got to sit in, the idiots around. Like, who cares? Like, it's that experience. You like, well, I like it anyway. Even though I try and go in the daytime so I can avoid most of the idiots that are sat there on phones. Nick B, is this the end of multi-billion-dollar budget movies? No, and I really don't think so. Like, a lot of people have kept saying 100%, Streaming is the way forward. That's it. It's done. Streaming is that's the new future now. You're a dinosaur thinking about theatrical cuts or theatrical releases. But I think to myself, look, it's basic mathematics here is that, ultimately these budget, like Snyder Cut, for instance, right? When all is said and done, the Justice League as a movie, both movies, has had a budget somewhere in the region of $700 million, right? It has in no way in hell ever got a chance of recuperating that money back, right? That's an obscene amount of money. $700 million. It's just ridiculous. It is insane, right? But that is roughly what both those movies plus marketing has now cost them. And that's actually being quite fair. Being more realistic, it's probably a little bit more than $700 million. But you can't get that money back on streaming. So either you downsize the movies, which they could do, but then how do you do that when the industry is now built around inflation of all of these prices and this industry constantly on the rise? How do you do that? So many businesses would just have to go bust for that to work. For that to happen, so many studios would have to go bankrupt, whether it's studios that deal with CGI, puppetry, costuming, whatever. So I think to myself, well, like, just numbers, it can't possibly do that. But I could be wrong. Of course, absolutely, I could be wrong. So, but I just doubt it. I doubt it. I think financiers and producers and stuff, they'll ultimately want their bigger money. And how do you quantify it? Oh, well, we got this many subs this month because of this. Okay, but then how do you do the dividends? How do you do the back end deals on these contracts that are there? How do you do the end payouts based on X, Y, and Z numbers? Like, you just can't. How do you factor in those things that, again, Hollywood has had as a staple now? It becomes very, very difficult, I think. Scroll back down. I think I've missed one super chat. Yeah, one super chat from Culture Casino. The gap in subscriber base is 3-1 in Disney's favor. Yeah. What's this? So yes, it's really too much for me to watch at home. I have many other things I'm already subscribed to and I can watch. Adding $30 for one watch of one film seems high. I do think so. You can I think you can watch it more than once. I will say that, but you never physically own it, do you? It's not yours to own anymore, which sucks. People want Blu-rays and stuff. Side note, my Blu-ray is available on 3rd of April. So, but it's interesting. Again, you're saying $30 is too much just for one film, just to watch. Like, maybe it changes your mind that you can rewatch it. But remember, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, the argument of, well, you go to the theater and you don't know whether you're going to want to watch it or whether you like it and stuff. I don't know whether that stands up because you get other things when you go to the theater, right? So, and this is a good point. So when you go to the theater, it's more of an experience. You get the popcorn, you get the food, you get the day out, right? And some people, like, it sounds dumb, and it might be to some people, but going to the theater for one person out of however many people, that might be their only one thing that they do. That might be their only one escape that they have from their life, right? In general. And to that one person that goes to the theater and watches a movie, it doesn't matter what movie they watch specifically. Obviously, their preference is a good movie, but it's the overall event. It's the going out of the house. It's breaking away. It's escapism, and you lose a lot of that when you have to pay for it at home because you can sit there and you only have the movie. And if the movie's shit, what else do you have to take the sour taste of that and the money that you spent out of it, out of your mouth? Not much. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. And this is why I think ultimately streaming will suffer if that's where they choose to put movies on ultimately. Because I don't think, I think people are really, and I know it because a lot of people say I'm a dinosaur for thinking theatrical cuts are still the way forward, theatrical releases. But I just think people are missing a trick there. I really do. Anyway, scroll back down. Thank you all so much for joining, guys. We've got nearly 500 people here today. Please do hit that like button. Really would appreciate that. But thank you all so much for actually being here. Really do appreciate it. It's always nice that people come here and choose to spend their Wednesdays with me. and they're Fridays because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you. Mags, we've got a super sticker. What was your super sticker? Let me have a look. A love heart super sticker, or a heart, not a love heart super sticker, but a heart super sticker. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. I've had to go onto a completely different screen to look at that because I can't see it on this background thing here, which is really annoying. But thank you so much. Marcos A. The Snyder Cut literally broke 3 records in 3 different countries. Rentals being 140% above Wonder Woman 84 on Now, in 400,000 streamings in 24 hours in Kinopoisk, Russia. Sold 100,000 in 72 hours on BMS Stream. Yeah, but these records are brand new, I would imagine. These are all brand new records, aren't they? Like, this is it. Like, it's the bar's quite low at this point, and I think it's just being realistic. These records are like new. These are new records to make. So I don't know how much stock I would put in that as a massive positive, you know? In like 3 years' time, if something happened like this again, and then they were like, yeah, it's broken these records, I'd be like, oh, that's a bit better. But when this is like a brand new territory for movies, records can be whatever. Because this is brand new, right? This is untested waters at this point. This has been this weird, freaky year that people have had to live with. So yeah, I mean, it may be really good. I don't know. I just don't know how positive breaking records are when it seems to be a relatively new thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. If you have a difference of opinion, I genuinely would like to hear it. Kit Kat for £20. Thank you so much. And again, see, this is exactly what I'm referring to here. I like to lose myself in a movie, just dissolve into the experience of watching it. My grandparents could do that in a movie theatre. My generation cannot, because the uncivilized behavior of the audience won't permit it. Matinee showings, Kit Kat. Matinee showings. That is what I do. Or I go really late at night when it's like almost midnight and like no one goes at those times. They are the way forward. But yes, I would completely agree with you. And also I would say, especially in the UK, it actually depends where you go. So no one knows where I live, obviously, just for like safety reasons. But I live about an hour outside of London by train, in the countryside. But I also live like splat bang in the middle between 2 towns that I could go to a theatre in. And if I go over to the left in one theatre, guaranteed, ladies and gents, guaranteed to have people that just sit there and talk on their phones. Guaranteed, no matter what time of day I go. And they all smell as well. Guaranteed. If I go over to the right, in the right-hand side town, over there, brilliant. Like, super quiet. No matter what time of day I go, it's awesome. No one's on their phone. No one's being an arsehole. So I do think it matters where you go. Shop around. Go around to different theatres. But I also think as well, guys, like, I think this will change moving forwards, because I think the nature of people coming and going to the theatres will be different, especially in the UK, when they eventually open back up. Let me scroll back through this. Sorry, I've missed a few here, ladies and gents. Sorry. Again, but when people do super chats, I really do want to give them the time, because they're people are kind enough to donate money. So I really want to spend some time discussing it. And I don't always get the time to do that on the Monday stream, because obviously I've got guests and things like that. But when I still address the super chats, obviously. But when I'm here, me and you just chit chatting and stuff like that, I can take some more time. So I like to do that. Jason Brett. So do you think that same day VOD theatre release is a permanent thing going forward post-pandemic, such as Warner Brothers and Disney? No. I don't. I don't, because I just think ultimately it's financials. I think that they'll see their money being hit. I think they're having to do it now. I think they feel like they have to do it now. But when everything's lifted, hopefully, when everything's lifted, key word there, not if, I'm hoping everything will be lifted. When everything is lifted, I think at that point, it will become difficult to justify it to the financiers, the producers, also the actors, right? You've got to remember there's a lot of actors here that will have deals in their contracts that say they will get X, Y, and Z bonus if it reaches this threshold of box office income. And it becomes very difficult for a studio to justify it at that point when people are going back to theatres. Because all a financier has to do is say, well, what are you doing, mate? This one's scored this much money. Why aren't you now doing this? And I think that will change. I hope it'll change anyway. I really do. Carlo Belton said, it's like you said, going to the cinema is an experience. Sitting on a couch watching a film is a normal day at home. Exactly. There's a mindset shift, isn't there? It's more throwaway when you're at home. And it's difficult to justify the money on a film that you may not like because you're literally just sat at home. It's easier to switch it off as well. So, yeah. Vasi says, Mr. H chat is the best chat. Thanks. It really is. You guys are awesome. You really, really are. So thank you so much. Right. Comrade Commissar Yuri, hail the table. And yeah, I do prefer going to the cinema. Good. I'm glad. And it's nice to see as well. Like, I tell you what is refreshing here is a lot of people are one of those people that preference to go to the theatres. It's nice. To me, that's positive. It tells me that the future of theatres is potentially going to be positive. I hope. I'm aware that Regal and Cineworld just signed their new deal with Warner Brothers, I think, for the releases of films and things like that. So that's all 100% clear-cut confirmed now, so that they know when they're going to open back up and start distributing movies again properly. So that's potentially saving that one anyway. Paulie's Multiverse Noise. First time catching a stream in a long time, but I'm loving this one. Yo. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you could pop along. Let me just scroll back down. The sub gap is 1/3 of HBO Max. The sub gap is key. 1/3 of HBO Max was watching Justice League. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I still stand by the points that I'm trying to make. Like, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know whether they're massive. I don't know. I don't know whether it's a huge success. And Mags, we've got a brand new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Thank you so much. I go in the day so the girlfriend's not asking questions. Brilliant. Oh dear, oh dear. Epic. What's this? Sorry. Sean McD. Mr. H just found you through Ethan Van Sciver. You're great. Well, thank you so much, man. I'm aware that there will be a few people that have just suddenly discovered my corner of the internet through Ethan Van Sciver, basically showing the Uche debate on world-class bullshitters. Well, part of it anyway. So thank you. I appreciate it, and I appreciate his kind words. I appreciate them showing it, and as well, like it's interesting as well because, like, ultimately, you know, I did that stream with Uche, and obviously, I was in it. You know, I was there. I was in it. It's always difficult to know how it's going to be perceived from an outsider perspective looking in. You know, because ultimately, you can sit there and you can think you're right. Like, of course you can, right? And I was sort of then, I thought I was right, 100%. I was like, yep, definitely. But you just don't know, do you? And then obviously until it goes out there into the world and people actually look at it, you never know fully. So it is nice. Yeah, it's nice that people have obviously responded well to it. It's good. Very, very happy with that. So thank you. Appreciate it. And I'm sure Ethan isn't watching this, but thank you as well. Appreciate it to Ethan as well. Kit Kat just became a member. Thank you so much. Again, you can become a member for as little as 99p on this channel. I set it as just the lowest one I could do. There's different membership levels. If you want to support the channel, there's there for whatever you want to support. You all get the same benefits. You get games weekly now, which has just finished rendering, which is currently Doom Eternal, The Old Gods Part 1, because I was playing another game and it just wasn't working. So anyway, we had to change games, but it's The Old Gods Part 1. Now, anyway, Doom Eternal. And also on Fridays, we do something which I trialed here for the last 2 weeks, and it's been a great success. We do quite literally live member call-ins. You can talk with me live here on a stream, which I think is really good fun. I've really enjoyed it. So again, those are the benefits to becoming a member. Please do check it out if you want to support the channel. Chris Raposo, how popular do you think this movie is? Maybe using this as a test bed to see the market response. Either way, $30 plus subscription is way overpriced to watch at home. Also, membership was just upgraded. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I appreciate that. Right, okay, so could it be a test there? Well, so that's what they said about Mulan, isn't it? They said that was Mulan was the tester. They were like, oh, well, we'll just see. But they also said that it wouldn't become the norm either. But I think out of all of them, what could be a tester from Disney Plus? Black Widow could be a tester. It's a staple Marvel character. It's a movie which had pretty good buzz, pretty good hype. People were looking forward to it. But I also look at it from the perspective of Disney currently is bleeding money, right? Like they are losing a lot of money daily. And maybe this is somewhat of a sign of desperation. Maybe, I don't know. Like I'm trying to look at a broad aspect here, and we know that they're not in the best of positions. They have been losing a lot of money, and could this be a way of just going, oh fuck it, like we'll just try and get some more people here. We've got this movie, we need to just release it. It could be, and it could be what you said, a good way to just test the market and just see, because it is one of the staple Avengers characters. Marvel was there, a Marvel character that's been there from the very beginning, and it did have a lot of buzz. So I think there's two potentials. I think there's two potentials there. Mags, Mr. H, you should do a collab stream with EVS, Ethan Van Sciver. I am happy to do that, actually. I watched his stream this morning about 9 a.m. And I think he's on Twitter. So I was going to follow him over on Twitter, but then I thought to myself, well, he's not going to be awake. There's no point in me following him on Twitter when he's not going to be awake. And that tends to be how YouTubers interact with one another, Twitter or other platforms. So yeah, happy to do that. I will try to organize that. I don't know. In fairness, I don't know an awful lot about the chap, but that might make for a good stream anyway. Just an introduction to him, discussing stuff and things like that. Why not? Inside your screen, would you be up for an Aliens Fire Team charity stream when it's released? On here, I can't, because YouTube doesn't let me use encoding software anymore. I can't live stream through encoding software. It doesn't let me. YouTube has screwed something up on the back end, and it cuts all the sound out. Now I can stream. I'm using this through StreamYard. It lets me, but YouTube has bitched off my channel somehow. I don't really know what it's doing, so I wouldn't be able to host it. I don't think. I wouldn't be able to play the game and do it live. That's why, because a lot of people ask why I don't do live games, because I play games. I do Alien Isolation on Sundays, but that's why I can't. I can't do it live. You'd hear nothing. It's so annoying. I need to still try and fix that because it's a pain in the fucking ass. Let me scroll back up. Sorry, guys. Jason Brett again. Did he hear about Cineworld in the UK having exclusivity rights with Warner Brothers releases for 30 days in theaters before it goes to streaming? 45 days if it meets agreed thresholds. Yes. I said that they've worked out that deal for distribution. And that's the same with Regal, who owns Cineworld, I think, or Cineworld owns Regal, either or, in the States. So yeah, no, I do know that. And that's why I'm saying I think the future for theatrical releases is potentially going to be pretty bright, hopefully, but we'll see. Yeah, you're right there, Mad Hamster Madude. So many new members. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, there has been a lot of people signing up. Thank you so much for becoming members, guys. Really do appreciate it. Right. Mr. H, sounds like you was in Vietnam War with Uche discussion. It was all right. Honestly, it was fine. I got no animosity or anything like that. I didn't hate the stream. It was fine. Yeah, it was fine. Genuinely. And I think, like I said, I think the best thing that came from that stream is the fact that people have found it entertaining. That's always beneficial. I will say this, though, just to completely clarify, none of that was manufactured. I can assure you of that. I was very, very tired. I didn't want to do the stream, but I thought I would in good faith, because obviously I said something in a video which wasn't very nice. I get it. And someone called me out, and I'm more than happy to discuss it and defend my stance. But I really didn't want to do that at like 12:30 or 1 a.m., whatever it was. I can't remember. But I am glad people have enjoyed it nonetheless. What's this? Ethan Van Skyver would like to get in contact with you. He mentioned it last night. Okay, well, I mean, I know Anna anyway. So if I can't get a hold of him publicly, I'll just speak to Anna and get her to put us in touch. Why not? Joseph Morgan for $1.99, but nothing came through. I think YouTube may have deleted that. Let me know. I don't know what's happened there, man. Apologies if they have deleted it, because they do that as well, ladies and gents. YouTube will delete some comments. They'll take the money, but they'll delete a comment, because fucking right on, I guess. Your patience, your patience and perseverance in that debate with Uche was awe-inspiring. Thank you so much. Again, I do appreciate it. I'm just glad people enjoyed it, I guess, you know. I really am. Caladius, OBS is free, so that is actually what I use. But that is the encoding software and I've used other stuff as well. YouTube doesn't let me. It's really, really odd. But also, side note, so guys who have become members, I and also patrons, I posted members only community tab post today, as well as a patron post. Thank you to all of your support and things like that. Obviously, so I reinvest all the money that comes from Patreon as well as memberships back into the channel. So that's how and why I've purchased, because I'm not a gamer, I'm old. That's how and why I purchased the Doom Eternal 1 year pass thing. Because I was like, well, if I buy them separately, that'd be like 30 odd quid or something like that on Steam. And I was like, well, if I do the 1 year pass, it's like $24.99. I was like, maybe they'll release another one, hopefully. So I got that. And also I've just bought some new PC parts as well. So this computer has been bitching out a lot. Like on some of my videos, you'll see like the light go out. And what it is my screen randomly turning off. No idea why. Literally no idea why. So I again, just to let you all know what actually happens with your support, I do reinvest it. So a lot of that stuff will be arriving tomorrow and next week, I think. And expect some videos on that as well, because I like transparency. I like to show you what's actually been invested back into as well. What's this? Dan Tucker. I just can't believe Justice League has any. I just can't believe Justice League has any interest. Marvel is meh. DC is meh. Stop making SH movies, please, and thank you. SH. What's SH, my dude? Dan Tucker. What is that? What is SH movies? Am I just like way off base here, just confused with what an SH movie is? Shithouse? Is it Shithouse? Probably not. But is it that? Probably not, because you're American and that's like a British thing. But who knows? We'll see. Oh, superhero. All right, then. Oh, I got that wrong. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Should Disney do an Alien Predator crossover? They definitely won't. But I think that they are potentially... they won't, but they will if things move forward in the way that they want for the Disney Hulu Alien series and also the Predator movie, and obviously what inevitably comes from that as well. So yeah, they won't yet, at all yet, but they're definitely laying the framework for it. I want to send you a super chat. Turns out it would cost $400 for you to read it all. Jesus, are you joking? What? I didn't know they did. They don't do super chats based on the length, do they? Send it to me in an email, man. I didn't think they did. Did that how they do super chats? God damn, that sucks, man. That is really bad. Superhero, yeah, everyone's just going superhero. I'm way off base here with what I was saying. Oh dear. John Davies, sexy hermits. The fact that so many here want you to do a stream with him is really effing pathetic. Not at all inconsistent with you in the room, though. What are you referring to? I don't know what you're referring to. I think there's been like 2 people that have said about Ethan Van Sciver. But if you think I'm pathetic, what does that say about you, the guy that sat here watching me? It's a bit sad, really, isn't it? I think like it's the question of like, oh, you think I'm dumb, but you're the person following a dumbass, in your opinion. So who's the bigger dumbass? Like, you're clearly the more pathetic person here, really. But hey, I mean, whatever. Never mind. Very, very funny. Jake Smeds, show your support and give the video a like. 500 here and 300 likes. Come on. Yeah, I never actually see the like on this back end thing here. But yeah, thank you. If you would thumbs up the video, that'd be great. So thank you so much. Let me scroll back down. Pixel Pete made a comment of why I don't have a new chair. So obviously this has become like a meme on my channel. Is I've got a squeaky chair, right? The reason why the reason why I put off buying a new chair, like those that have been on my channel for a while, I keep going through chairs, and it's just become this meme. Like every chair I buy always hurts my back. I had this big gaming chair thing, and even that hurt my back. That was just a pain in the ass. So then I bought this thing. This is like some, I don't know, some like little, but this is supposed to be like a ergonomic office chair. But even this hurts. But it's like in the UK, our tips, our rubbish dumps, our tips were like landfills. I think you guys, well, no, not really a landfill, a tip. Anyway. This recycling centre, a tip in the UK, they were all shut down and very, very hard to access for quite a while. They're only starting properly to get back up to function where you could book it and actually attend properly. So that's why I put off buying a new chair, but I kind of do need to get one now. Mike Trout, you were so epic with Uche, handled it like a champ and ended peaceful. Mistakes reviews. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Let me scroll back down. Oh, you're back again. The pathetic man following people that you think is pathetic. Ethan Van Sciver mocked and threatened the mass shooting of Asians on his live stream, and you want to do a stream with him. Well, context matters. I've not seen that. And I said I would be happy to. I don't know the man. You did hear that, didn't you? You seem to have been watching this stream for some time. So you would have heard me say, I don't know him. I have never even spoken to him. And I don't watch his content either. I was sent the World Class Bullshitters stream. So one, I'm not going to take the word of an idiot who follows people that they think is pathetic on something as a given. I would rather you send me what you think is offensive, and then I'll watch it for myself and make a decision. Because you're picking and choosing, what I would believe anyway, picking and choosing and removing context from a situation. So there you go. I mean, there's not much else I can tell you there, dude, to be fair. I think that's a pretty fair summary of the situation. You're watching people that you think are pathetic. You think I'm pathetic. You clearly watch Ethan Van Sciver, although you don't like him. So that's sad and weird anyway. And you've not, well, one, you don't know how to spell either. You put you. Oh, I'm not going to read your comments anymore. If you can't be bothered to write Y-O-U, I can't be bothered to read your fucking tweets or your comments, whatever you want to call them. Fuck me. Honestly. Anyway, whatever. We'll lay down the law on that one. Fucking write correctly. Talking of chairs, if you do streams with EVS, ask him about his chair stream. Chair stream? What is that? Let me know. You're going to have to tell me that now, surely. You can't just say that. Mr. H, you get 150 characters for £5. But us, your motley crew, are happy to support you. Are you joking me? You only get Isn't a tweet only 140 characters? Is that right? My God, guys. I tell you what, that puts it into perspective. Yeah, you are right. You guys saying that you are happy to support me, you really are putting it into perspective here. God damn, I didn't think. So what I thought, right? Here's how me being naive, I thought super chats worked with. You said, I want to donate £10, and then you just write whatever you want, or I want to donate £1, and you write whatever you want. I didn't know it was done on characters. That's actually really shit. Sorry, guys. If I could change that, I would. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing. Sorry. Let me scroll down. Smashboard. I'm fairly new if you mentioned it before, but what is your 2 favorite movies from the Alien franchise? No worries, man. And honestly, please do ask any question you want here. When it's just me, you guys, please do ask any question you want. Absolutely. It doesn't matter if you're new or not. There are lots of new people here, and many people may have exactly the same question. So my 2 favorite movies from the Alien franchise are Aliens as number 1. I know, wait. I know it's blasphemy, but I'm biased because I was actually introduced to that movie first. And I think ultimately it can be that, you're I really love Alien, but I was introduced to Aliens first. So it was that kind of I've got that nostalgia. And I know a lot of people hate that. I know. But it's Aliens and Alien in that order. So please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. It's, yeah. Oh, dear, dear. Let me scroll back down. Marshmallow. Let Miss H handle it. No need to get riled up. I know it's easy to get swept away. What's this? What do you mean? Handle what? What's this? I'm confused. What's this? He was testing a camera and left it on accidentally, so people were sending his chair super chats. That is gold. I love that. That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that's awesome. You people are brilliant. Oh dear, oh dear. That's why the spelling is sometimes off, because you have to compensate for some words. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I promise you, I actually did not know that. I didn't know that was what you. I didn't know you were paying for characters. So I will say that's actually really crap on YouTube's part, because YouTube, I believe, takes a third of the super chat revenue, or 30%, I think. Roughly a third. I can't remember the exact amount, but I know they take quite a large amount. But also, there's not a reason not to do super chats. If you do want to do them, please do, because they do help. What's this? Sorry. Xenobit, do you think Hollywood is secretly run by Cenobites? Ooh, we have such sights to show you. Who delight in our pain, suffering, with terrible movies. You think so, wouldn't you? Now, to be fair, you really would think so. Yeah, maybe some sadists out there, but maybe we're all the masochists because we're sitting there watching some of this crap for bloody years, eh? I mean, it's an interesting thing to, yeah. Who's again? It goes back to who's the bigger idiot? The idiots making the crap content, or the idiots, lapping up the crap content. Anyway, let me just scroll back up. Eyes on the Wire. I'm excited for Blackfields. My birthday is the 2nd of April. Can't wait to see a film on the 3rd. That's really interesting because another member of the channel, Ada, it's actually her birthday on the 3rd of April. So there you go. Hopefully, it'll be a birthday present to both of you that you like. Hopefully. I'm under no aspersion that some people will not like that film. It's not going to be for everyone. I get it. I just really hope the people that chose to fund it really liked it. That's that's my main hope. Let me scroll back down. So £10 for 200 characters. God damn. It's interesting, isn't it? It's really, really interesting that's what it does. Oh, dear, oh dear. 30%, I believe. Yeah, I did think it was that. Blonde in real life. I'm going grey. I'm not blonde. I've got white hair now, to be fair. Yeah. Cenobites, you say. Right, what's this? Do I believe in the Greys? Interesting question. Do I believe basically in aliens, the stereotypical alien that's around? I've been asked this obviously a few times before on streams and things like that, and I always have the same answer: is that I think like ultimately it would be incredibly arrogant for the human race to believe that they are the only intelligent species in the entire universe. So I think inevitably there would have to be some intelligent life form out there. I don't know in what form it would be, but I just think how arrogant of us as a species to believe that we're the only ones. That's insanely arrogant. I have an entire universe. No, there must be others. There must be. Whether they're the Greys or not, who knows? Absolutely who knows? What's this? Lost Soul Connections. Nothing came through. Did you send something or not? Hopefully you did. Hopefully you did. Yeah, I don't think Ben Bamboo quite realizes the concept of, speaking courteously to people. You addressed me like a cunt, so I'm going to treat you like a cunt. I hope you understand that, right? Treat me civilly and you will get civil responses back. You called me pathetic instantly. I literally owe you nothing. So you can keep crying, you little bitch. I mean, it's really, really simple. Speak to me like a human being. I may speak to you. Outside of that, again, I don't owe you or nothing. This transaction, me sat here, isn't about you. I know you think it might be, but it's not. It's about everyone else. The people that want to be here. You are insignificant. Floating away like a paper bag in the wind. Mike Q for $5. I swear I didn't have that many characters. It was 5 sentences. Yeah. How weird then? Why was it trying to charge you like $400? What the fuck? So strange. Anyway, just send me an email, man. Literally, mistagereviews@gmail.com. Just send me an email. Happy to. Lost Soul Connection. My dream is to see you do an interview with Doug Bradley. Not sure if you remember me. I remember you, dude. As for an interview with Doug Bradley, I think that would be difficult. I do think that would be difficult because like the problem is like I know a lot about Doug Bradley. Like I like Doug Bradley and I like his pinhead. It's iconic. It's the one and only. But the problem is, like there are certain things that I know, well, that we all know, that is out there, is public information, that becomes very difficult not to bring up in an interview. And I feel like ultimately I think people wouldn't enjoy that. He wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't enjoy it because those things would have to be asked. They would naturally come up. Well, why didn't you do this? Or because they maybe signed an NDA. It's like, yeah, that's normal, mate. Why didn't you do it? That's not a reason. Do you know what I mean? And I think, and this is no disrespect to him. He is part of what the acting business would call a lovey, right? That's what he is. He is part of the old guard of actors. He's an actor, a theatrics. He's a theatrical actor. And loveys are that. They like to be lovied, mollycoddled a little bit. And I'm not really that sort of person. So I don't think it would be beneficial to anyone. He wouldn't like it. It wouldn't do anything for me. People wouldn't like me for it either. But it wouldn't be a nasty interview. It would just be me going, hey, dude, like I would obviously ask the question, why didn't you want to do Judgment? Well, because they made me sign an NDA. Well, that is normal, dude. So again, why do you think that you're above normal NDA processes? Do you know what I mean? Like there's just those kind of things are inescapable. And people would be like, why didn't you ask him? If I didn't ask him, the people would be like, well, why didn't you ask him? So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. Hopefully that answers it anyway. Let's scroll back up. Ethan's chair is the real artist. Ethan is the parasite that consumes pies to keep it alive. What? No, have you ever thought that it's like a symbiosis? You ever thought about that? Maybe it's a symbiotic relationship. Not necessarily parasitic, but symbiotic instead. Maybe. Scrolling. What's this then? So Billy Stevens. What is your daily routine when you're training, i.e. calories, protein, etc.? So I train Monday through Friday, every day. Monday is chest with some biceps, very light biceps. It's just some pump sets. Tuesdays are back, deadlifts included, rack pulls currently, with a little bit of triceps in there, pump stuff as well. Wednesdays, like today, is just shoulders, just delts. And Thursdays is just arms, straight arms, and Fridays are legs, so the entire lower body. I also do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, also do calf raises as well, because they rely predominantly on a lot of sort of, I guess you could say kind of overtraining, but it's not. And calorie wise, not so much really. About 25 to 2,700 calories a day. But it flits between stuff, to be honest. I do between 5 to 6.5K a day cardio, whether it be a run, sprint intervals, or things like that. I just sort of mess around really these days. Hopefully that answers it. Don't want to ignore it. Some people are interested in some fitness stuff. What's this? Sorry. EVS and Mr. H would be great. Sorry. Be great stream. Make it happen. FYI, EVS never spoke on Spa thing. He got super chat and addressed it with facetious dark joke to sarcastically mock the idea. Ironically, clip short is SJW bait. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like, I'm all about context. Context really matters. And it's this kind of, oh, he did this. Here's the clip. It's like, yeah, no, send me the whole, send me everything. I want the whole context. Because it's that sort of clipping. You can make anything look bad in a clip. Literally anything. And, that's part of the reason why I had the debate with Uche, right? It was clipped, and you missed like the first 4 minutes of me setting everything up and contextualizing my points and my stance on everything. And I'm just not about that. I just think it's myopic way of thinking. It's like, oh, well, he said this. And also as well, if it's a joke, it's a joke. No one is the arbiter of jokes. You can't tell me what people can and can't joke about and then sit there and tell me that free speech matters. Like, fuck you. So no, if it was a joke, I don't care. If he's joking about it, couldn't give a shit. Jokes are jokes, man. Like, everything should be fair game. The moment you start telling people what they can and can't joke about, oof, that's bad. That's real bad. Kit Kat sent a super sticker. What was your super sticker of, Kit Kat? I need to scroll back up. What is that? Is it like a woman doing jumping jacks? Epic. That is awesome. Again, I've got to flip between screens to go and get the super stickers. Thank you so much for that, Kit Kat. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Did someone say, do I do things with kettlebells? What? Scroll back up here. Oh, do I train with kettlebells? No, I don't. I've got a power rack. Basically, I turned my conservatory into a gym. For those that don't know, in the UK, space is really limited. Like really limited. Like, space is a premium here. So I have a conservatory which I don't use because I'm not, I'm old, but I'm not that old. So I turned it into a home gym basically. So I don't use kettlebells. I've got some slam balls and stuff, but I've got to be careful because it's normal flooring, and so I do rack pulls because I can't do deadlifts from the floor. I was, and I've damaged my floor, so not good. And I don't own this house; I just rent, so that's again why I can't. But I will soon. I will hopefully buy a place. That'd be great. And I can build a home gym and hopefully take you guys on the journey of that, because I think that'd be interesting. Some people would be interested anyway. Lost Soul, still a diehard fan of your channel. Thank you so much. Did you, my dude, enjoy the Hellraiser Boom comics then? Hope you did. That was only like 8 hours of content, I think, in the end. We've got a brand new member, Mike Trout Brain Man. You've had some really good comments and contributions today, so thank you so much, man. And thank you so much for becoming a member as well. I really do appreciate that. Oh, and another one came in. Jesus, thank you so much. Sean McD, thank you. Again, appreciate that. Those people that are signing up being members, just to let you know, because I didn't cover this properly on the last stream and it was completely my bad. So on Fridays, we do member call-ins, right? And if you head to the community tab on my channel, what I do on Fridays at a certain point, I let everyone know, I tell you all, and then I post an invite link on a community tab just for members. And I say 2 questions, here's the link. And then what happens is it's first come, first served. You come in, I have you here. Sometimes you just have to wait as well, but obviously you can watch the stream as it goes along. And you get, it's a proper conversation. We do actually have a good long chit chat about stuff. But you ask your 2 questions, and then I have to boot you off because the first come, first served, then the next person can come on, because StreamYard only allows 5 or 6 people in the wings, I believe. 6 people on a stream. I can't remember, but just to explain it. So if you do want to actually be a part of Friday's stream, because it's genuinely a live viewer call-in, I don't know what anyone's going to ask, but it's quite fun. I really enjoy it. And you guys really enjoyed watching it as well, because they are fun. There's normally some mishaps going on as well, which are always hilarious. Be a part of it. That's how. So you have to tune in, obviously, to the stream, and then you'll know when I've posted it, because we go through the topics and stuff. But hopefully you guys will be a part of it anyway. We've got so many people here. God damn, 545 people. Thank you all. It's it's always really humbling when I see people dropping in and choosing to spend their Wednesdays or whatever it is with me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Mr. H actually was there before the universe was created. Shh, don't tell anyone. That's not for everyone to know. Shh, shh. He is beyond time. He just he just regenerates into someone else. Definitely. What I'm actually doing is going through the alphabet. You know, Mr. H. So next I'll be God damn. Oh, you guys are brilliant. Remember the OGs when you blow up? I doubt it. I've been on YouTube for a while now. And as well, here's the thing as well. Like, I don't really... I'm interested in just doing what I do here. Like, I'm happy with whatever happens with people that are here, to be fair. I'm very humbled by the fact that people choose to spend their time with me, regardless of what it is. So thank you. Almost 400 likes. God damn. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bounty Hunter, glad to meet you, Mr. H. Well, glad to meet you. Glad that you would be here as well. Thank you. Paul E's Multiverse Noise. Man, I'll be that guy and say I actually did enjoy the videos on the Boom Comics. I bought the first volume for my collection when I heard your video. God, thank you. Yeah, they're interesting. They are really interesting. I really like them. They're not for everyone, mind you. Like, those Boom Comics are not for everyone. I get it. But it's a fascinating expansion. And I tell you what, I really enjoyed doing Leviathan's voice. That was good fun. I enjoyed that. For those that don't know, I very occasionally, because I like to do narrations and I like to do dramatizations. I don't just sit here and do commentary on stuff. I do like to create things as well. So I do comic read-throughs where I do all the voices and things like that. And I do all the discussions and I describe the panels. It's basically an audio book. It's a dramatization of a comic. And I was doing them for some Hellraiser stuff as well. So that's what we're discussing, just in case you didn't know. Danny Boy, so super chat costs are crap. Okay, here we go. So you get fewer more characters for huge cost increments. So 150 characters is £5. 200 characters equal £10. 225 equals 20. 250 is 50, and so on. That's a weird increment, isn't it? What a crap increment that is. That's bollocks. That's garbage. That's not good at all. But thank you so much. Anyway, those that do the super chats, again, I can't stress enough. It does actually really help the channel out. I do these streams because I love them. Like, these are really, really good fun. You guys seem to like them because you keep coming back to them. But they are also a really, really good way of boosting what YouTube doesn't do for me. Doesn't send notifications out. It doesn't recommend my channel anymore. So this is a really good way to literally, figuratively and literally keep the lights on. So thank you. I think it deleted your super chat, Greg Antonessi, but thank you so much. Either way, my dude. Speaking about super chats, quite literally here as well. Base Bunny Love. I would love to see you build a home gym. I want to convert an old garage into one. Yeah, good. Epic. Really, really good. See, this is the thing, right? When you do, like, I've got lots of interests, I really like cars, for instance. Like, I have a car channel. Side note, if anyone that knows about my car channel, the videos are going to start back up soon. Shh. They're coming back, I promise. But when you've got loads of different interests and things like that, I never know quite whether the audience shares like some of them or all of them. Who knows? But I think inevitably when I go and buy a place and I'm sort of making it my own and things like that, it'd be nice to bring some people along for the journey. So good to see that you would be interested in that. Thank you, Michael Guest, new member. Thank you so much. Xenobit. 10 years ago, I asked Andrew Divoff if he could reboot my favorite movie franchises. He told me, I think that can be arranged. Andrew Divoff, that was the Wishmaster actor, wasn't it? If I remember rightly. He was epic as the Wishmaster. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain I'm right. I could be wrong. Just a super chat for a top lad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, dude. Let me scroll down. Have I missed something? I did. Sorry. Mr. Tickletrunk, wait. Did you and Uche have an actual beef? You two are both very intelligent. Are people supposed to pick sides, I think is what you said. F that. Like you both. Imagine how boring it would be if we all agreed on everything. So fully transparent, that was not arranged. It was not staged. That was all. The emotions there on that stream were completely legit, completely real. I don't know whether I personally would say that was a beef. I wouldn't have said it was a beef personally. Some people may say otherwise, but I mean, I was happy to talk. So from my side of things, I wouldn't say it was beef. And I wouldn't say anyone has to pick sides either. Understandably, people will have their own opinions on the situation, and that is, you're more than welcome to your opinion. I'm not trying to coerce anyone into any opinion of anything. I even said to Uche after the fact, because he said, because he told me he removed the video and he said he needs to clip it because it went on after I left. And I said to him, look, I completely understand if you don't want to upload it, and I completely understand if you do. I was like, it's your choice. Do whatever you want with it. I rescind all judgment to you. And that's the thing. People can make whatever, opinion they want on it. I don't want to coerce anyone. People have seen it and they're making their own judgments. That's absolutely fine. Let me scroll back down. What's this? Mr. H has a great narrative voice. I would like to hear him read Cyberfrog. That's Ethan Van Sciver's comic, isn't it? I've heard that's doing really well, isn't it? In general, is that right? Am I right with that? I've heard they do really well on there. Your question didn't come through, man. It didn't come through. And no, I don't have an OnlyFans. But if you scroll back up, your actual question isn't there. So please don't think I was ignoring you. But no, I don't have an OnlyFans. It wasn't me. YouTube would have deleted that for because you've asked about an OnlyFans, I guess. But no, that wasn't me. It's not me ignoring your question. I'm happy just to say no, I don't have one. Mike Q, don't be too drunk when trying to get on the live chat. I'll never live that down. Yeah, that was it was good. I enjoyed that. Oh dear. Glad I could watch. Glad I could catch the stream for a few minutes. I'm glad you could too, dude. It's good to have you on. Oh dear, that is absolutely hilarious. Oh, gold. Let me scroll back up. What have I missed here? Orion Pax. Hey, Mr. Age, should Disney let Ridley Scott make a low-budget last Alien movie to just finish the damn Prometheus trilogy and release it on Hulu. So I really like the premise of this question, because to me, like I'm looking at this and I go, right, well, what happened? What went wrong with Ridley Scott? As per your comment, what went wrong with Ridley Scott? I don't know whether I don't know whether I would say it's budget. I wouldn't say it's budget necessarily either. And a lot of people seem to get really offended by this, but it's a fact. Is that Ridley Scott did not write the Alien movies, right? He didn't write Alien. It was written by Dan O'Bannon, Ronald Shusett, and had a large hand. Quite key narrative factors were changed by Walter Hill and David Giller. So I think the problem with these movies that Ridley Scott has been doing is the writers behind them. Ridley Scott's a fantastic director in terms of cinematography, beautiful, but he can't choose stories. You know, he just can't. And I know a lot of people will be annoyed by that, but the proof's in the pudding, right? Like, they've not been a massive success, regardless of whether you like them or not. Like, it's an objective fact. You can look at the box office. They've not been a huge success. That's why they've been canned. So a low budget version could be beneficial in terms of the writer that they get, because the writer will have to be very, very particular about what they do. They can't just do everything, throw the kitchen sink in there, do absolutely everything. They can't do that. So yeah, maybe a low budget would be good, but also, double check who they're approving the script from. Because I think that's what goes wrong, is the script. The script has been trashed, to be fair. Yeah. Paddy's Pub, watched Underwater on your recommendation the other night. Holy shit. What a great film. And a really nice director. I interviewed William Eubank. Really, really good director. If you didn't know, ladies and gents, I do interview directors from time to time. And Underwater, good film. A lot of people didn't see it because it had Kristen Stewart. Whatever her name is, Stewart from Twilight, Kristen Stewart. But it was a really good movie. It's a really, really good movie. I absolutely highly recommend it. And the director's a really nice guy, William Eubank. The interview's here on my channel if you want to check it out. I'm glad you liked it, Paddy's Pub, my dude. Kit Kat, if you have a long message, much better to break it up into 2 or 3 small ones. There you go. Good. And again, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you all for the super chats. Let me just scroll back down here again. If you're wondering why I'm rubbing my nose, it is not that there is some strange, some powder that I'm putting on my fingers here. That is not happening. I have a Jasper, a very hairy little doggo, and his hair just floats around everywhere. Oh, mate, we've got a bond. He's not ignoring me. Definitely not. Oh, bless him. Oh, good boy. Anyway, so that is why I'm rubbing my nose, because his hair just flies around everywhere, and I'm obviously animated and moving around, and it's flying around everywhere, whatever. Anyway, Jester of Cards. Did you see the trailer for the fan film called Skynet? I have not. That is completely new to me, so I will actually have to check that out. So yeah, I will check that out for sure. Did not know that was a thing at all. Let me scroll back up. Mr. Tickle Trunks, as usual, the audience put more into an argument than the 2 people arguing. Same old internet hungry for drama, agree to disagree, is what adults do. Yes, that's fine. You should definitely narrate Ethan Van Sciver's Rainbow the Brute. I wouldn't want to do anything that would that would offend someone, and I think that would potentially, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to ask him, I guess, see if he would let me. The difference is, like, all the stuff I have done has been out for a really long time, so I do a lot of these dramatizations. All that stuff's like old, and normally it's when the rights are in like, they're sort of in like hell, like no one quite has the rights. So I was doing like the Hellraiser stuff, like who has the rights to the Hellraiser comics at the moment? Like no one. So I was like, well, that's fine, I'll do that. They've been out for a while, I'll do that, fine. But I never want to do something that will detract from people earning money from it specifically. All of the comics that I do now are old. And 9 times out of 10, people tend to actually go and buy them after I've done them. Like, well, case in point, someone even said on this stream they went and bought the Boom Comic stuff because I'm introducing them to something that they didn't know. So yeah, maybe we'll see. Ask him. See what he says. Let me scroll back up because I'm all over the place here. Jasper is the bestest of boys. He is epic. He's a good little chap. That's sort of adorable. Nice dog. Sort of adorable. It is adorable. He is a dude. He's a good lad. He is the mascot of the channel. If you didn't know, ladies and gents, I have some merch. Clown World, and this is Jasper getting off the Clown World. This is in mug and t-shirt form, so this is on there, and we've got a big old Clown World because we live in a clown world. You can find that on my Teespring store. Link underneath the video. Check it out. I think you guys will like it. They're funny. They're very funny stuff. A lot of people actually bought those things, and they've really enjoyed it. So thank you to anyone who has bought it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Cute dog. Do you walk him on a leash like Andre and Ethan do with you? Oh, dude. Ben Bamboo. The moment anyone brings my dog into it, you get blocked. It's a real cunty thing to do. Never insult me whilst making a weird, indirect, passive-aggressive jab at my dog. You just look like a cunt. And now you're blocked. There you go. You got what you wanted. You got what you wanted. I'm sure you'll be back because I'm sure you're one of these weird little plebs that have multiple accounts that just randomly keep popping up. But lesson learned, ladies and gents, please don't insult my dog because it's real lowbrow stuff. All right, real lowbrow stuff. Don't like it at all. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to block. I didn't want to block your future boyfriend. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that. Cheerio, Ben. What a twat. I'll be curious. Are you actually British, Mango Badger? Because if you're using twat, I would imagine you are. Sims Zims, the Dark Lennial. That is a really cool name. Hey, Mr. H, been a subscriber for a while. Love your alien coverage. Question. Have you seen the latest GVK clip Down Under? Epic as hell. I actually haven't, man. And I want to be one of these people. Yeah, I want to be able to talk to you about it, but I can't because I've been holding off. I've been holding off talking about any of the seeing any of the clips and stuff. Like the moment what did they reveal? What was it? It was, they revealed Kong wasn't on Skull Island, right? The moment they revealed that in one of the TV spots, I was like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not watching this anymore. Don't want to watch anymore. They keep revealing way too much stuff. And it comes from a place of I know what happens in this film. Like I know the plot. I got leaks and stuff. But I don't want to see the execution. And that spoils it for me. I don't want to see the execution. So sadly, I've not. But I will be watching it the moment I can. And I will be doing a review of it. And then I'll also be doing a live stream. So please, guys, please watch GVK if you're so inclined. Anyway, the moment you can, and join an epic live stream where we can discuss it all. Hopefully you will enjoy that. What's this? You don't deserve that dog. Jasper is perfection. He is perfection. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Do we deserve one? Do I deserve Jasper? I don't know. I paid a lot of money for Jasper. Not like he wasn't that expensive actually. They've gone up in price. So here's the weird thing about dogs in the UK. I think Jasper, when I bought him, because he's about 2.5 years old now. Jasper, when I bought him, was about £800. I think they get this dog, this big fur ball now. Jasper, fucking just ignoring the shit out of me. They go for about between £2,000 and £3,000. It is insane. But long-time subscribers will know, long-time viewers of the channel, people that have followed me over on Instagram and stuff like that, they will see pictures of Jasper all in a cast and things like that. He obliterated his leg when he was a puppy. I have a lot of money invested in that dog because I paid a lot of money in vet's bills trying to get him all sorted and fixed up because he snapped. What was it? It was a tibia. Yeah, it was a tibia break, an anterior tibia or something like that. He snapped and twisted it. It was horrendous. Does anyone think Anna from that Star Wars girl, would have a hard time picking between Henry Cavill and Mr. H? She doesn't like me like that at all. Don't be silly. And I've seen her tweets. She's all about the Cavill. All right, she doesn't like me like that. She has a boyfriend anyway. So no, she's not into me like that. But she's very, very into Cavill. So I don't think that would be a hard time for Anna at all. In fairness. I think that would be a very clear cut. A very clear cut choice there. Let me scroll back down. Sorry. Okay, fine. You deserve Jasper. Make sure to spoil him. I do every day. So the routine for me and Jasper, he wakes me up every day because that's what dogs do, like at a certain time. Wakes me up every day. And we have to run downstairs because he wants to run downstairs, and we have to go outside because he wants to go outside and play in the garden, obviously do some quick morning business. And then he won't come back in until I give him a treat. Right, he didn't hear. So I got to come back in, and then he just runs in, and then he just goes back up to bed and goes to sleep. Most ridiculous dog ever. But I love him. He's funny. Someone insults Jasper, the chat. So you have chosen death. Yeah, you see, this is the thing. Jasper's the mascot here. You don't insult the doggo. It's not cool. Not cool. Anyway, right. Anna wants to feel his Man of Steel. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant, to be fair. Mr. H rebuilt Jasper faster and stronger. I need all this talk about Ethan Van Sciver. We need to get like a Cyber Jasper comic on the go. That's what we need to do. Cyber Jasper. Like no more Cyberfrog's old news. Cyber Jasper is the future. All right, make it so. Absolutely brilliant. So funny. Oh yeah, interesting. So back to movies and stuff. Is the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie still being made? It was supposed to come out this year. I'm betting it will be pushed back. I believe there was an update recently saying it had been pushed back, but it was an update as if it was still being made as far as I was concerned. As far as I was concerned, it was still being made. I didn't see any cancellation of it. I just saw delays, basically. But we'll see. Like it delays, COVID, additional price tags on budgets. It could get cancelled. Cavill would be a great guts for a Berserk film. What do you think? I think that's a great choice, actually. I think that could work a lot. You've got to have someone tall, muscular, and like with everything that would come with that. So big jawline. I could see it. Yeah, I could see that actually. That could be good. Don't hate that. If people watching have not seen Berserk 1997 anime, is it the 1997 one? Watch that. Don't watch the new stuff. The new stuff is not so good. But the 1997 anime is amazing. So good. It's fantastic. You won't be disappointed. It's actually available for free on YouTube. You can find a dubbed version. Has every single episode. They're about 25 minutes long, if I remember rightly. So good. And a really good synthwave group, Gunship, used a lot of Berserk footage for a song called Black Sun on the Horizon. I think it's called Black Sun on the Horizon. And that's a great song as well. Fantastic. So check both of them out. You might really like them. Anyway, Finbar White, insult anyone in our chat or Mr. H or Jasper, the pirates. will sail the 7 seas to get you. Good. You guys are bloody awesome. You really are. Mike Trout Brain Man. Ben Soybu proves fact dogs are better than people. People's SJWs are more like bees than humans with hive mind drone brains. Hell Jasper, Mr. H owned Ben Troll. The thing is, I'm happy. I mean, he was just bitching about himself constantly, nonstop, just trying to get attention. Like, that's fine. Like, I don't really care. But don't, like, come on now, don't. You just, it's a low blow insult, like talking about someone's like pet. Like, just don't do it. Like, it says a lot about you as an individual if you're going to do that. Like, it makes you out to be a real big scumbag. It's not nice. Don't do it. Would you do more fitness stuff on your YouTube channel, workouts, diet, etc.? I think a lot of people would enjoy seeing that. Well, look, we've got 524 people here, Billy Stevenson, sorry. I personally don't think people would be interested in me working out on my YouTube channel, but we've got 500 people here. So would you want me to do a workout video? Let me know. I don't think that they would, but let me know. You guys can tell me, can't you? That's the beauty of being here anyway. Let me just send a response to someone real quick, though. Sorry. And I'm back. Sorry. What's this? Sorry. Mike Q. Read the Berserk manga. You all owe it to yourself. Yeah, I've heard that's incredible. It's not finished, though, is it? It's still not finished yet? The guy, like, really is slow on that, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, see, again, no one really wants to. This is the thing, but that's what I thought. I didn't think anyone would want me to do stuff like that. I didn't think anyone would be interested in that, to be fair. I have a second channel, in fairness. I do actually have a second channel, but it's for cars and sort of vlogs and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe I'll do some over there. Probably not. Probably just talk about cars, to be fair, like I do already. What's this? I'm always checking Instagram for workout advice. I wouldn't mind seeing videos made by you. On Instagram, I do some workout stuff on Instagram, just like some lifts here and there, to be fair. But yeah, I'm not, honestly, don't worry, ladies and gents. I'm not interested in doing workout videos. Like, I'm not. That's not what I don't care about it at all. Don't worry. This will never become a fitness channel. Never. It's just not. I'm just not interested in it. I don't really care. The reason why I asked is just to show anyone that was wondering why and was wanting me to, that there's not a demand for it, because it's really not. You know, I get it. Like, I get some people would, but it's just not for me. Wish all the people on the channel and you a good night. Got to work. Have fun. Thank you for the nice evening. Well, thank you so much, Gregor. Thank you for popping along. Thank you for being a part of it. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. 5 minutes of Mr. H and Uche with some epic verbal fight. Watched it last night. Yeah. What's this? Sorry. 6'6" Starship Alien. I don't know, Mr. H. You look better than Brie Larson in her workout vids. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I'm sure some people really like them, to be fair. I'm sure I'm sure a lot of people really like it. Yes, I know I have 3 channels. I still need to figure out what I'm doing with Mr. H Live. I promise you that. Once I made a decision, like, I will make an announcement. I just haven't decided yet, to be fair. Oh, interesting. You had a 300 ZX Skyline. So follow the other channel as Love My Japanese Cars. That's awesome. So for those that don't know, and don't worry, I'm not going to sit here and just talk about bloody cars either. But I have another car, and I have another channel. It's a car channel, where I run it with a friend of mine because he has a R32 Nissan GTR. Skyline GTR, but it's a GTR. Incredibly tuned bloody beast of a car. And I've got my old Datsun pickup truck that I love to poodle around in. This is my dream car. Might not look like much to some, but to me, I love it. So that's my second channel. It's just all about cars and crap. So it's called Car Nonsense, if anyone wants to know. And if you go to the channel homepage and you go to the About and other channels and stuff like that, there's actually a link to it. So go subscribe if you want. Videos will be starting up again soon. I stopped because the UK was completely shit the bed on lockdowns and stuff. So I couldn't really do anything. And there's 41 books. It's not finished. But it's still one of the best stories ever told. Loads of content. You won't be short-handed. So where's the story going then? Where does the Berserk anime go versus the manga now? Where's the difference? Like, so where in the anime, the Berserk anime, how many books is that for the Berserk manga? Let me know. I'm curious about that. Never insult the mascot. Didn't see anyone insult the bear. Wotek, the mascot, Wotek, who became enlisted in the Polish army and survived. Never insult Jasper. Never insult Jasper. Oh, interesting. Working on your next movie project in your head or on paper? Only in my head at the moment. And the reason is I didn't want to get ahead of myself. I wanted people to see Blackfields, and then if the response is good, then I will announce the next project, because it's a big crowdfunding project. It will need about £100,000. It's a feature film. It's a sci-fi horror in space. Side note to anyone that doesn't know, if you want to see anything that I've personally made, there's a link in the description box to a film, a 4-minute film called Bjorn and Frida. It was made on no budget. It was shot and edited in 12 hours. There's a link to that, and there's also a link to the behind the scenes of Bjorn and Frida. So one's 4 minutes. The behind the scenes is a 35-minute candid video, basically, of us all just having a laugh. A lot of people said everyone was scared of me. I can assure you, like, we're all actual friends, so please don't worry. But yeah, no, it's all in my head at the moment, because I just don't want to get ahead of myself. I want people to. Yeah, I just want people to. Yeah, I just want people to look at it. If they like it, then I can go and ask for more money, because it's going to cost so much money to do a feature film. So hopefully you guys will. Henry Ford, Frida. Fucking honestly, I love that. So good. Let me see. It is in the description box, isn't it? Yeah, Bjorn and Frida short film. Yeah, it is there. Check it out. Please do check it out, like, genuinely. If anyone's interested in anything I've made, it's there. It's in the description box. Please do go and check it out. Mr. H reviews. The Berserk anime ends at the end of volume 13 of the manga, I believe. So if you want to read ahead, start at volume 14. Interesting. That helps me, actually. That does actually help me, because I'll check it out. Because knowing that there's like 41 volumes or books or whatever, I'm just like, God damn, that's a lot. I'm going to like that stuff, but I don't have the time that much anymore. So, like, knowing that you could kind of skip some is quite good. I know it sounds a bit lame, but like, if stories I've already read or seen, should I say, at least play out in anime, I wouldn't want to watch it again or read it again. Sorry. I drive a Nissan pickup with a dodgy MOT. Nice. Nissan pickups are epic. I like them anyway. I have the Berserk Max books. It's 2 books in one. The story in the anime from the 90s is the first 4 books, I think. It's 20 now. There's a lot changing with them, then, isn't there? They're all over the place. I changed my picture, dude. What do you think? To Superman and Wonder Woman? It's a good picture. I don't know. What am I supposed to think? It's a good picture, I guess. Good picture. Are you a ball breaker while directing? No. No, I'm very much to the point, right? Like I'm to the point. I also accept a lot of people. I also accept a lot of input. Like in the behind the scenes documentaries, you'll hear actors saying, "Oh yeah, I asked about this," or you'll even see them saying, "Do you want more? Do you want this? Do you want that?" And I'm really happy to accept input. I think it's important. You never know it all. You don't know it all. You're not 100% right with these things, especially artistic. An outside perspective is always beneficial. But do I want it done at a certain pace? Am I a time stickler? Am I, do I run a tight ship? Yeah, I guess so. I do, but not in like a nasty way. Oh, Jasper, you've arisen, my boy. How you doing? You're tired, mate. You're right, bro. You're right, mate. Oof. He is super tired. He's not happy. Missed Reviews, delving into the lore of Blackfields. Did Bjorn name Frida after his dead wife? No. So Frida, so there was a reason for this. So Frida means peace. So that's why Bjorn is Nordic, and it means like bear, big bear. So I wanted his. There's a certain. It was just funny. I was like, well, Frida. There was two names. It was Frida and I can't remember the other one. There were two names I was going to choose. But Frida, meaning peace, I thought was quite comical, to be honest, because it's his warhammer, it's his weapon. So I was like, well, you'd call it Frida, meaning peace, because it's just like men call their like cars now. They're like, oh, it's, they name it after a woman and stuff like that. Boats are named after women typically as well. So I was like, well, in this Blackfields universe, maybe they name their weapons after women, and he was quite sort of ironic about calling it Frida, because whenever he wields Frida, it brings peace, maybe. I don't know, I just thought it was funny. So that was the reason why. It was some sort of comedy behind it all, to be fair. Let me scroll down. Sorry, I've missed a whole bunch of stuff here. I don't think I've missed any super chats, though. I hope so. Damn, cute Poochie. He's a dude. He's super tired. He is super, super tired. The Jasper awakens. He does. Your writing for the monologue of Bjorn was great stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was tricky to tread the fine line between it being very much to be able to tease the fact that it was a woman but not a woman. So by the end of it, you would watch it and go, "Oh, it's his weapon. Oh, it makes sense now," rather than, "Oh no, I thought it was his wife." Like it's not as it wasn't as easy as it seemed anyway. I really enjoyed writing it. It was good fun. I put it together in about, I don't know, a day. I think it was all in, maybe 2 days. It was across 2 days, but the entirety would have been, I don't know, probably about 6 hours of writing, I guess. Sort of write a bit, leave it, write a bit, leave it, come back, write a bit, leave it. That's kind of how it sort of ran down anyway. What's this? So that's okay if people don't want more fitness vids. I would rather watch your previous videos on fitness, not some fraud on YouTube. But regardless, I subscribe. Well, thanks so much. The thing is, like, if you head on over to my Instagram at Missed Reviews, there is some fitness advice on there actually. And on these live streams, I'm always happy to talk about fitness as well. I know it's not for everyone, but some people will ask it. And if people do super chats for it as well, happy to answer some questions. Has to be pretty broad because, of course, with fitness and things like that, it's difficult to, it's difficult to go specific. You can't without knowing a lot of information about people. And anyone that does give advice without knowing a lot of information about them, they are a fraud. They are giving dangerous advice because you do need to know a lot of stuff before giving fitness advice. So yeah. Don't get too famous, mate. Ray Fisher will eventually accuse you of a toxic work environment. I tell you what, you watch the Bjorn and Frida behind the scenes, people will probably think it's pretty toxic, but I can assure you it's really not. People really like. So Tomo, the guy who played Bjorn, he woke up at 4 a.m. He's been in 2 of my other films. He woke up at 4 a.m. to come down and come obviously down to my house to do this film. And he did it just because he likes working with me. So I can assure you, like, it's not toxic. It was people like, it's just British banter, and also knowing that when something is said, you're the manager, like, especially if you're the director, you are the manager on the set. And when you say stuff, it has to get done because there's a reason for it. And yeah, it does come across, it can come across really bad. Like 100% it can. There's some things, there's some dialogue in there. So that I did question some things that went in Bjorn and Frida behind the scenes, because I was like, I think this is probably going to make me look like a cock. But Alex, the videographer, again, one of the guys that was there all the time, was like, no, it genuinely doesn't. I think people will understand, because I shout at people to quickly pick up the knife. And the reason is that what you didn't see, which wasn't captured on camera, was very stringent rules around dealing with a knife. Which I actually don't. No, I do have it. I'll get it for you because I'll contextualize it. So we got this big knife, right, for Bjorn and Frida. This is a big knife, and it's sharp. It would hurt. It will do damage. So I said to everyone, for health and safety, because it's important, especially in the UK, you get sued. A whole bunch of stuff can go real bad. So I said, our sort of health and safety assessment, risk assessment, this has to be in a specific place at all times. And you'll see it in the Bjorn and Frida behind the scenes documentary. It just fell on the floor. And I was the only one that noticed it. I'm like, fucking guys, get on it a little bit more. Because if this fell down and it did some real damage, we'd be fucked. Like, we'd just be completely screwed. So that's why, like, I shouted at that moment, because I was like, guys, get on it. You have to get on it. Just wake up a little bit more. If I've got all these other things going on and I notice that and you don't, it tells me you're not paying attention, basically. So anyway, just letting you all know. So just a little bit of context behind it all. Anyway, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah. Well, this is the point. Like, it's a big bloody knife. And it's really sharp. It was a real thing. Like, I didn't want anyone to hurt themselves. So when I sound like I'm being short with people, I can promise you it's for things like safety or time or, making sure people don't get carried away and like putting them back to get them back on track with we needed to get this specific thing done. We'll talk about that later, that sort of stuff. But it's just to let you know. Yeah. Oh, dear, oh dear. Inside Your Screen. Never seen that movie from Stephen. Is it available somewhere? What's this? If I scroll back up, what are you saying? Inside the Screen. Dressing gown. So the I think the dressing gown is the Uche stream reference, to be fair. Mark will say, you shouldn't have to explain yourself. You're making a film and you're your A+ game to make a great film. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. I just think it's really important, like, to clarify some bits and pieces here and there. Like, yeah, I think it's important. So, yeah, there you go. Why not cast a rubber version? Because the film was made on literally no budget. So I had this lying around because this is what I use as a letter opener. It's a Damascus steel blade. So we had health and safety agreed, and we used this. The actual blade itself is not sharp, but the end is very sharp. So the reason why not to cast a rubber blade was because we didn't have time at all. It's not about that. Like, when you're making a film with no budget and no time, because that film literally, it didn't have any budget at all. The budget was probably about $1,000, if that. All right. It wasn't crowdfunded. That was all my own money. I wanted to put it together to do a pre-Blackfields release to get you hyped a little bit more. And I couldn't crowdfund for it or anything like that, because it wouldn't be a surprise then. but no time. There's just no luxury when you're doing indie filmmaking. Is not the same. It is a different ball game. To be honest, it's a completely different ball game. Extreme letter opening with Mr. H. It's a moneymaker. God damn, that's funny. How did Viking-esque characters get a Damascus blade? I thought that was Japanese. So it's not. It's a fantasy world. And if you actually look at Bjorn's armor, it actually has aesthetical traits to feudal Japan. So you'll see that it's a very, it's a fantasy world. They're not Vikings. They're not Vikings. It's a completely different universe, different world. Which hopefully you could tell from the dialogue, because the dialogue, they say, you know, with the beasts of Trepdine, you know, and has his arm all battered up and, you know, cut up when we put the prosthetics on it and stuff. So yeah, so no, it's a fantasy world. You know, the bitter forest of Frenmere and the mark of Badmere, all these kind of weird things that are clearly not of this earth anyway. What's this? I'm a pro wrestler on the independent scene in the southern US. I come off like a prick sometimes at my wrestling school, but it is just about being safe. If you screw up, someone can get seriously hurt. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also as well, like if people aren't on the raid game either as well, like it becomes really difficult to get the job done quickly. And especially in that shoot, like it was really hard. Like it was a day turnaround. Day turnaround's not easy at all. Damascus swords were common in places with not enough good steel. They would supplement for longer blades. Yeah. Clan Mountain Black. I liked that. I did like that. Do you have a poster for Breaking Lights made? Yes, it's actually over on Production H Films Twitter. So if you go over there, you can see it there. It's all there. Or maybe it's on here. Did I put it on here? No, it's not. I thought I put it on here. Damn. Why isn't it there? So let me just scroll down. So if you head on over to Production H Films Twitter account, you can see that we're now slowly ramping up release for Blackfields. So this is a poster for Blackfields. This is the lead, Baldir. This is one of them, anyway, to be honest. There's quite a few posters that will be dropping soon. A little bit annoyed David Geimer's name blew out at the top. But still a cool poster, still a good image. Like that one quite a lot. But again, head on over to Production H Films Twitter, because there's a lot of good stuff going on there. There's a link in the description box, actually. Would you ever consider a comic or novel set in the Blackfields universe to flesh out the lore a little bit more? Personally, I'd love that. Yes. Yes, I have thought about that. I've thought about sequels. I've thought about more prequels. I've thought about a comic. I've thought about a novella. Not necessarily like a full-blown novel, but a novella I've thought about. It's really just dependent on what you guys think about. You know, what you guys think about it all in, to be fair. So we'll see. We'll see. Like if you guys like it and there's, you know, there is demand and interest there, like I'm happy to provide it. Something like that would have to be funded, though. You'd have to pay for it because that's a lot of time involved. That's not easy to do. So yeah. You really need to talk to Ethan. Let me. Oh my God! Wow. Yeah. So it is 500 £500 for a super chat. That is insane. Sorry, I'm heading on over to Twitter now. There you go. Well, I followed Ethan, so I'll reach out to him. You guys keep telling me that I need to talk to him, so I've reached out to him. There you go. Done. Well, I followed him. I'll reach out to him momentarily, I'm sure. Mr. H and EVS collaboration for Blackfields comic success. Yeah, I don't know whether it would probably work in comic form. I think that universe works very well for like a stoic character, you know, someone who is quite quiet and restrained, things like that. That could be quite fun, I think. We'll have to see, really. Mr. H, a comic is like crowdfunding storyboards that would be cool and it could help fund an actual movie. I'm not big or nothing, but for sure I'd support it and promote it. Well, thank you so much, man. Yeah, I mean, comics can be really, really good for sure. And what I want to do with the what I personally want to do with films anyway is what I guess comics have done with comics. You know, comic artists have done with comics. So they've gone, like a lot of people call it Comicsgate and things like that. And I guess that could be like a fine term for it. Whatever, I don't really care. But I just feel like it's a case of, hey, look, you know, you've got an audience that is no longer being serviced, and you've got professionals or talent, either way, whatever, creators that are being starved their sort of broad capabilities, you know, being narrowed down a certain path. So why not service the people that are there crying out for actual, you know, specific content? Why not? And that's what I want to do in movies, you know, like Bjorn and Frida would never be able to get made. Like if I said, oh, hey, look, I want to make this thing, you know, this movie where this guy goes and rips his, you know, guy's throat out and wipes his blood all over his face and then takes his warhammer and that's it. Like people would be like, what the fuck are you on about? Like it's a revenge mission. They'd be like, no way, mate. Like what's this guy's gender? You know, is Frida his wife, or, you know, does he like men? Like, there's just all these weird things that you have to abide by when you make movies. Or and I say this, there are very, very stringent guidelines and specifics that you have to meet to get funding as well. And that's why I wanted to do crowdfunding route, because otherwise you're just never going to get the type of content that you want. Fictitious, can I have character images to do poster edits? Don't know if I've got proper character images anymore. Only the ones which I think were actually in those posters, to be fair, mate. Let me have a think. Let me have a think. I'll get back to you, because I don't know whether there are any which are outside, which would be too revealing for what happens anyway. Outside of the ones which have already been made. So let me have a think. I'll let you know. Mr. HEVS collab, big money. I don't know if it'd ever be that, man. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? It doesn't really matter either way, to be fair. Like, again, it's all about servicing what people want. So if people have a desire for things to continue in a universe or in a movie or whatever, comic, etc., then yeah, cool. But we'll see. What's this? Inside your screen. Mr. H, have you heard of an app called Clubhouse? You commented this before, sorry. It's an open mic style platform for people talking all things horror. I think you would enjoy it. I've never even heard of that, man. Never even heard of it, ever. I'll have to check that out. News to me. Is it new? Is it old? What is it? Brand new? Let me know. Is it large platform? Who's on it? What is it? How does it work? Again, I don't know how these things tend to work, to be fair, so let me know. It says, our Dan Fragger does storyboards for movies and TV. He helps set the shots, if you work with that in mind. The comic would also be a viable storyboard. All food for thought. These things take time, but it's cool. Send me a tweet, dude. Tweet me. Or head on over to productionhfilms.com and use the contact submission form. That would really help. Do that. That'd be good. That'd be really, really good. What's this? Sorry. Would you make a kung fu film? No. I got no idea how to do stuff like that. Maybe in future. Maybe. But no. As a rule of thumb, no. I would need to be a little bit more confident. I'm still finding my footing with a lot of this stuff. Like from each film, there's a massive improvement in editing, in everything, actually, literally, absolutely everything. Each film I like for different reasons, which is fascinating. Like, as you're watching the journey unfold on literally on film. So I don't know whether I could do a kung fu film. I don't know whether it would be something that I could pull off, and I wouldn't want to try and do something which I'm not 100% confident in. The next film I want to do is a sci-fi horror set in space, basically. Think Alien meets Lovecraft meets Event Horizon. Like, think that. Like, there's a whole story there that I'm waiting to pitch to everyone. If you guys like Blackfields, because this will be literally £100,000, very expensive, big feature film, hour and a half sort of thing, quite expensive. Lots of prosthetics, custom-made creatures, loads of shit. So I don't want to reveal too much, but that's the next one. That is the next thing that I want to do. So we'll see. Oh, Farscape was great in its day, actually. I remember that I got really put off at a certain point because the main actor, he started getting a bit weird. They made his character really, really weird, and I was like, what are they doing? Remember the blue chick was always cool. What's this? Sorry. Miss H, can you say the verse or poem you wrote for whatever that thing that is in Blackfields? What do you mean? What verse or poem? I didn't write a verse or poem. What do you mean? What do you mean, my dude? I'm a bit confused by that, to be fair. Isn't The Thing a sci-fi Lovecraftian film? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. It's a Shoggoth, basically, isn't it? Thinking about... it should be a Shoggoth in Lovecraftian lore, if I remember right. If you were to direct the Snyder Cut, what improvements would you have made, and what would you have taken off the existing material? Lovecraft movies plus The Thing would have been good too. So I made a Lovecraft film about suicide and depression. If I was to direct the Snyder Cut, what improvements would you have made? I would have changed the writer. I think it's Chris Terrio is the writer. One of the terrible writers behind a lot of the Star Wars stuff that has been coming out. So ultimately, I wouldn't have directed it. I would have started straight from the off with a new writer, because the writer's dog shit. Bad writer. So yeah, I mean that's it, to be fair. I would start straight back at the beginning. Change the writer out. Dead Space-esque. No. I think there's something to do with that sort of sci-fi horror in space that doesn't mean it would be Dead Space. I don't know. Like, wait for the pitch. I don't want to reveal too much. Wait for the pitch. Wait for the pitch. Do you think that Terminators versus Transformers would be a good B-movie cheese or crap like Breach? Fucking Breach was bad, wasn't it? My God. Oh my God, that film was so terrible. I think it could be good B-movie cheese, actually. I think that those characters are likable enough. The problem with Breach was no one knew anyone in there, and it was just garbage. So no, I'd say Transformers versus Terminators could be good B-movie cheese, I think. Good fun. That's what I think it could be. We require helpers or extras for the new project. Well, there's literally no new project yet. There is nothing. So I can't say either way, to be fair. Genuinely can't say anything at the moment. It may be, and this is, again, like I've always said that this is a potential, right? Is the movie will come out and you people will hate it. Or you'll expect something more than what is possible. You got to remember, like, so Bjorn and Frida was exceptionally cheap for what it was. Normally you budget about $1,000 a minute. That was 4 minutes and probably cost about $1,000. And that was like scrimping and really like asking for favors from people. Blackfields was made on a budget of about 30 to 35 grand, I believe. Because we raised about 26 grand and then I put the rest in. So it would have been probably about 35 grand. And that runtime is 14 and a half minutes long, but it had custom made creature prosthetics. Not cheap. Not cheap. Especially when you had a rush job of a custom made creature prosthetic 10 days before we were shooting. Custom made leather in Texas, shipped over. Importing weapons and stuff like that. And so I think a lot of people, inevitably, some people won't like it. Like, of course they won't. But then I also think that there'll be a subsection of people which will potentially view it under the premise that it had a higher budget or they don't understand how budgets work, you know, for films. I don't know, ultimately. I just think it'll be interesting to see what you guys think. And I hope you guys like it either way. But there is no other movie lined up yet. We'll just have to see how it goes. Because, yeah. Stop importing weapons. That's dangerous. It's actually illegal when it's very difficult to do. There's a lot of loopholes you have to go through to get them into the country. It was a pain in the arse. It was not easy. What's this? Miss H, what is your favorite alcoholic drink when chatting to females? I don't have a favorite alcoholic drink specifically when I'm chatting to females. My favorite alcoholic drink is mead, which is honey wine, which I make and brew myself. Again, long-time subscribers will know that. I do love a bit of mead. Absolutely. Love it. So, yeah. My back is absolutely killing me now. What is this? That is fair. People will hype something up like crazy. It turns out to be different and they end up hating it. Yeah, that's the thing. So, like, a lot of people think Blackfields is an action film. I've never said it's an action film. Never said it was an action film. But I think people thought it was an action film because they see lots of weapons. But that's attention to detail for the universe. You know, like these barbarians should have weapons and they should be realistic. They should have weight to them. It's important that they have this because if those things are not believable when people are running around with these things, then how am I going to get you to buy into a custom made creature? Like, you're just going to look at it and go, well, fuck off. Like, this is shit, aren't you? Like, you see what I mean? So that was my mindset behind it. But it's not an action film. And I have said that a few times, actually. But I do think people believe it is, but it's not. It's not an action film. Mead. Yeah, mead. So it is literally a honey wine. It's thought to be the oldest alcohol known to man. Mead making video. It would actually be really easy. Mead is not hard to make. So you get a gallon. No, bigger than a gallon, I think. Anyway, you get a demijohn, and then you get loads of water. You can get distilled water. You can get tap water. It really doesn't matter, to be fair, because if you boil it away, like, it becomes sort of distilled. It doesn't really matter. You could be as like anal about making mead as you like, or you can just do it like how old people used to do it. So water, honey, boil it all up. Not boil it, but you melt it down into the water so it becomes a syrup. Yeast, aerate the water, and then that's it. It's done. Like, it's really, really easy, really easy. It wouldn't make for a fun video. It's super, super easy. Super easy stuff. Mead is so freaking sweet. My best friend makes it, and I can't do more than a small glass. I like my bourbon. So you can make a dry mead. It sounds like he puts a little bit too much honey in it, though. It should be sweet, but not like sickly sweet. So yeah. What's this? I started making content with just my phone, but now I have a capture card and mic. Now I'm learning to edit. I'm about to start trying to make more diverse content. Started hosting cult films on Twitch. Awesome, dude. Yeah, that's cool, man. It's good to watch people grow and sort of, yeah, it's good. It's good to grow, and it's good to follow something you enjoy as well. So right on, man. Always happy when people do what they want. Not do what they want, but you know what I mean. Like follow what they enjoy and stuff. It's nice. Interesting. So how does a budget work on a film set? For example, you said it's £1,000 per minute. So yes and no, right? So that's like a rough overview. Like that's how you can roughly budget a film. £1,000 a minute is a rough overview for an indie film. But that also doesn't factor into a lot of stuff. So are you renting camera equipment? Are you buying camera equipment? Are you hiring camera operators? Are you hiring a cinematographer? So just put it into perspective. Cinematographer for, say, a shoot like Blackfields would have been 10 grand, right? 10 grand. Because of the length of the shoot, their day rate, that's just how much you're paying them. Then if you have to feed them, obviously, because they're there, right? You have to house them. So that would add more money. So that round up to another 2 grand. So you got 12 grand there. Then say you need sound operators, people doing sound, for instance, sound technicians. If you are going to hire them out, sometimes they come with their equipment, sometimes not. On average, they equate to about £500, £600 a day, 10-day shoot. Again, how much is that? You're looking at about 6 grand. Add their accommodation on top of that, plus food. Round it out because you're doing accommodation for everyone, so it makes the bill total up. Maybe another grand and a bit, 2 grand or so, whatever. Transport could go up. Cinematographers may like to work with very special equipment. They may want special equipment. You've got to function with that as well. Like it goes insane. It's just madness. Like it's actual madness. So there's a lot that you have to factor into it, and that you have to decide what route you're going down when you make films, basically. Are you going down a route where you are more guerrilla, with filmmaking, or are you going down a route where you are more, I guess, managerial? So you sit there and you go, well, I'm going to pay for all of you. You're going to come in and make my film. There's a lot of routes to go down. And £1 grand a minute is just a very rough overview. It doesn't factor in cost. Like it's so rough. That'd be for like a normal film set in modern day. Setting something in the past on location, no closed set. Oh my God, there's so much stuff you have to consider. It is insane. Like seriously, it is insane what you have to factor into it. God damn. Tom's song is a bop. I like that song, man. That is cool. Tom Connors of Midnight's Edge After Dark and Midnight's Edge, obviously, has made a song. What was it called? What was the song called again? It was cool. Can't remember what it was called, though. Because we played it here on the channel with Tom. Tom was here on Monday. It was cool. I lost clothes listening to Tom's song. Oh, you guys are hilarious. I hope you found some of that stuff interesting, talking about films and budgets and stuff. Also, just to let you all know, on the release day of Blackfields, so April 3rd, I am doing a live stream. So me, production manager, videographer, and lead runner will all be on a stream together, just talking, taking questions from you guys, talking about Blackfields, and it'll be interesting. I think you guys will like it. So, yeah. Anyway, ladies and gents, my back is absolutely killing me now, so I do need to leave. But I really enjoyed this, and whenever I say I'm going to leave, everyone just clicks off instantly. Let me say my spiel, because I just want to thank you all for dropping in. Genuinely, you guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for joining this stream. Really, really do appreciate it. You've spent, obviously, a good amount of your Wednesday with me. Can't thank you enough. A live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mondays is the more roundtable focus. We have guests on, we talk, we have topics. We did have a topic today, and then you guys obviously steered the conversation to other bits and pieces, and I absolutely love it. Wednesdays and Fridays are just me and you. We talk, and it's a bit more low key. And it's really, really interesting. I really, really do love it. So Friday, ladies and gents, we'll be doing another one of these, but then we'll also have live member call-ins, and they are fascinating. I love doing it. You guys have really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. They are good fun. So thank you all so much. If you don't already, please do follow me over on Twitter and Instagram. You can find out a lot of stuff that I'm doing. So yeah, please do follow me on those platforms. Final quick super chat of the evening. So thank you so much. Leon K filmed something in Oxford. I studied there. I live about 40 minutes away from Oxford. So in fact, I flit over to Oxfordshire. You're literally about 15 minutes drive from me. There you go. That's a little insight into where I am. But thank you so much, ladies and gents. You guys are bloody awesome. Hope you have a great evening. From me and Jasper.